good to have you back. My name's Lloyd, and today I'm going to add another lesson in the Foundations series, and this lesson is specifically about triads and getting triads down underneath your fingers in all positions of the fretboard. This is excerpted from my book called Chord Construction Triads, which I'll link in the description below. You can pick it up on Amazon. And so let's get started. C major triad comes from the C major scale. Let's look at it that way. C major scale, triad tertian harmony, take a note, skip a note, take a note, skip a note, take a note. That gives us a three-note chord, which is a triad, right? If you play a chord like this, like C major, that's also a triad, except you're just duplicating notes. You've got two G's, two C's, and two E's in the case of that voicing, right? It doesn't change the fact that the sound is essentially triadic. But in this series, what we're talking about is three-note chords, C, E, and G, only three notes, and we're going to separate those notes onto string sets. If I play these notes separately, it's called an arpeggio. If I play them together like that, it's called a chord. Okay, so when we invert a chord, here's a root position chord. That's a C major chord in root position because the naming note is in the lowest voice, in the root. I can take that root and I can put it up an octave, and now I have what we call a first inversion. So up an octave like this, and then I do that again. And now I have a second inversion, I do it again. And now I have back to root position an octave higher, C, E, G here, C, E, G down here. So that's essentially what an inversion is. I've done a previous video on this. I'm just working my way up a little bit further. Okay, so now we separate the guitar into string sets, C and E. C, second inversion. C, root position. C, first inversion, and second inversion. And we can do that same thing on a second string set. And we can combine string sets. Okay. And we can also do the same thing on string set 3 and string set 4. String set 3 would be strings 3, 4, 5. String set 4 would be strings 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now moving on, to do the same process on the 4 chord, we would take start on the 4th degree of the C major scale. There's my 4th degree and F, and tertian harmony, take a note, skip a note, take a note, skip a note, take a note, and then I end up with an F major triad. I go through the same process, F major, and then I take the bottom note, put it to the top. I have now first inversion F, then second inversion, and then back to root position. That would sound like this. All right, and then naturally we can extrapolate that across the entire fretboard on string sets. First, let's just take a look at the first string set. F, 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 F an octave higher. F, second string set. And then F, F. Okay, good. And naturally we can do the same thing through the other string sets. I've covered that before in greater detail in a previous video. Moving right along. Now what we're doing is moving from a C chord on string set 1 to an F chord on string set 1. Right, C, C, and okay, good. And we can naturally do the same thing on string set 2. across the fretboard. Okay, we're getting to where I want to be. And now, how do we make an F major chord into an F minor chord? We take the third of the chord, F, G, A, and we lower it one semitone, F, G, A flat. F, A flat, C is an F minor chord. It's as simple as that, right? So F, G, A is a tone and a tone between F, G, and G and A. And then between F and G is a tone, and between G and A flat is a semitone. So it's one semitone smaller, the distance from the root to its third. And this first tone is called a major third, and a tone plus a semitone is called a minor third. Tone plus a tone, major third, tone plus a semitone, minor third. So the spelling is not F-A-C anymore. Now it's F-A flat C, and that gives us an F minor chord. Let's listen to the chord progression of C to F minor to C. C, F, lower the third, C, F, F minor. Really common progression, but the reason I chose to put it here in the book is that it forces you to think where the notes are. So you're not just playing pictures, you're actually playing, finding where that third is, because in each case it's going to be, in each inversion, it's going to be in a different place. In root position, the third is in the middle. In first inversion, the third is on the bottom. All right, and in second inversion, the third is on the top. All right, so now we move to just the minor chords, thinking F minor, F minor, F minor, and we do the same thing on each of the string sets, and then from there, what you should do is move to a C chord, to an F chord, to an F minor, to a C. Everywhere on the guitar fretboard, and thereby sort of discovering not only how to voice a minor chord, but how to think in terms of notes moving. And when we think in terms of notes moving rather than pictures, which we don't want to think, when we think of notes moving, we're voice leading. We're thinking on the fretboard. We're thinking about where notes are moving on the fretboard as if our hand is transparent. Okay, that's about it. That was pretty quick. Some of you may jump in and look at this video and wonder what the heck is going on. But others of you may say, hey, wow, cool, I didn't know that, and I hope you say that. Some of you will say, oh, I already know that. And remember that if you already know it, you can play it. All right, good. There's a difference between an intellectual, concept, and with music, you have to actually put it down and be able to play it. Okay, cool. Thanks for stopping by. That was a little look at at the 1 chord in the key of C, triads, inversions, 1 chord to 4 chord, triads, inversions, string set, 1 chord to 4 chord, lower the 3, making it a 4 minor, and then taking that chord progression and moving it across the entire fretboard. Okay, good. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you again real soon, I hope. Bye.